So I've been using AutoHDR for a little over 3 months now, and it's honestly changed my workflow way more than I would have thought. Today, I'm taking you guys through an entire real shoot. I'm actually parked outside the property right now, and we're going to be starting from taking the photos and then uploading, getting the edits back, and seeing if they hold up. The biggest thing for me, especially for the shoot I'm about to do, is turnaround time. Normally, with hiring overseas editors, I'm waiting overnight to get my photos back, and that doesn't even include if I have to declutter or anything like that. With AutoHDR, I get the photos back in just about 30 minutes, and let me tell you, that's been a game changer. This shoot that I'm doing today, I want to get back same day, and honestly, I just wouldn't be able to do that without AutoHDR. So I want to jump into why AutoHDR, and it all starts with what my old workflow used to look like, right? So as I described, I would send over my photos after a shoot to overseas editors. I'd wake up the next morning and receive my photos back. Don't get me wrong, this wasn't bad by any means. The turnaround time was a little over 12 hours normally, maybe right around 12 hours. And the results were, again, not bad. But that 12-hour turnaround time really hurt when it came down to having to, clean up the photos a little bit, maybe editing things out and then delivering it to my client. Because I had to wait overnight, it slowed things down just a little bit. I feel like I'd finish a shoot and then kind of just be waiting for the photos to be done. And there would be times that, I'd send it over, I'd get it back the next morning, and I'd look at the photos and there was just little inconsistencies, whether it be the colors off a little bit or even missing a fireplace replacement, something like that. And then at that point, I'd have to get the photos revised, which would take about another whole day. And though it didn't happen often, for the few times it did, this means that I wasn't getting photos out to clients as quick as I wanted to. So when I found AutoHDR and heard it only took 30 minutes for turnaround, I had to jump on it. I had to give it a try because that speed, that turnaround, going from 12 hours to 30 minutes, sounded pretty good. I was really also blown away when it came down to consistency with AutoHDR. Not only are you getting the photos back in, 30 minutes, but the consistency was looking really good. It's not perfect. Of course, it is AI. So there has been times where, colors are a little bit off or something like that, but their in-house editing options make it just so easy to fix up, clean up, and you're ready to go. Another huge thing for me was keeping everything in one software, one workflow, right? So when I get these photos back, I have the option to declutter. I have the option to add a virtual twilight, and I have the option to stage photos, virtually stage photos. And this I found to be another big game changer. And listen, I know what you might be thinking, I don't want to use AI. But when it comes down to it, AI at the end of the day is our friend. It's like a companion that can help you increase your workflow and just overall help your efficiency. If your photos are not that great going into it, AI isn't going to magically fix everything. But for the repetitive nature of editing, I knew I could use AI and just save a ridiculous amount of time on it. All right, with that being said, I think it's time to jump into the property. I'm excited about this one. It's got some interesting lighting conditions, so we're going to see how it holds up in AutoHDR, and we're going to shoot the property, upload the photos, and then get the final results. So here we go. Okay, so we have everything set up here on the tripod, and this is my little behind the scenes camera. First, always gotta clean off the lens. And let's go inside and take a look at what we are going to be working with. Walking into the property, gonna get first impressions. Okay, not too bad. It's an interesting layout. Lighting isn't too bad at all. Yeah, so I'm gonna get all the windows open up, lights on, and we will take care of this. Okay, so here we're starting in the garage. As you could tell, there's some stuff around. I'm really not worried about that, and I'm gonna show you why in just a second here. I'm gonna walk you through the process a little bit of how I am shooting. I'm shooting 5 brackets. Some people like to shoot 3. I like to have 5 for just a little bit more range than normal. Now, I shoot all raw, and I'll tell you why. I like having the flexibility just in case. To be fully honest, in my 3 months of using AutoHDR, I have not had to do that, but I still like to be safe. A lot of people shoot with just JPEG, and that works much better because it uploads much faster, but I have the time right now to be able to upload the RAWs, so that's just what I'm doing. And so that garage, I shot it without moving anything, and the reason why is because there is a declutter tool within AutoHDR. Now that declutter tool works really well for just removing just about anything. It's pretty remarkable. So a couple settings I like to shoot. I don't like to go above 800 ISO. All I have to sacrifice is shutter speed, time, which I'm really not bothered by. I do f8 and I have a CPL on here. If you guys can see, I'm just gonna absolutely get rid of those reflections on the ground. See, so there's before and after. So nice. Now, we wanna just make sure the doors are all closed up here. All right, so here's another great example. You know, we have the bright windows, and you could tell in just this singular photo that, you know, the windows look bright. They look bright in the one exposure. So we're gonna really test auto HDR when it comes down to, you know, seeing if it holds up against these highlights. And then of course you have the shadows of the fireplace there. Okay, here's another great scenario to talk about. So you could clearly see me over there in the mirror, and the camera's also gonna just be in the frame a little bit. So one really nice feature about auto HDR, obviously, I'm gonna take it and get away, but for any little bit of camera that is in frame, it's gonna completely cut it out. It's pretty incredible. Okay, so obviously we are now shooting the exterior. We closed up everything in the house. As you could tell, it's a pretty cloudy day, not perfect skies. I can't stop saying enough good things. The sky replacement is almost seamless. Again, I'm gonna show you in the demo after we go ahead and finish shooting. Okay, so I'm back home and I'm ready to upload the photos. I've already downloaded my files onto my computer. All we're gonna do now is click upload. We are going to name it the name of the property. I'm gonna be using the classic model. It's just what I prefer. I like it the best for what I do. We are gonna be doing sky replacements because it was a little bit cloudy. Now, of course, it's beautiful out, but we're also gonna be doing that perspective correction, and grass replacement and declutter we can do after the fact. So I'm gonna leave those unchecked for now, and I'm just gonna click continue. And just like that, we're waiting for our files to upload. As you can tell, the upload process is incredibly simple. Okay, and just like that, I got the photos back. It took a little bit over 30 minutes after being processed, but I got an email right to my phone saying my photos were ready. Just by taking a look here, these look pretty good. Yeah, so a couple things to mention. I mean, I'm already seeing that without even looking at the individual photos that the window pulls look pretty solid here. Pretty solid. I mean, yeah, these look really good. Not gonna jump into the exteriors quite yet, but I just wanna look at the window pulls. So yeah, I mean, these look really good. I'm really happy with it. The property was a little bit darker than I would have liked, but auto HDR, you know, solved that problem pretty conveniently here. The first thing I want to mention, if we click expand stacks here, is we get this nice fire in the fireplace. This is always super convenient. I add both the non-fire and the fire photo for realtors, and they love it. The first thing that we shot was the garage. So the first thing we shot was this garage here. And as you can tell, there's a lot going on and we want to completely get rid of that. Now watch this. We're going to click declutter. It's going to use 1 credit, which is no problem. But otherwise, these photos look pretty great. I mean, not much to complain about here. Really evened out the lighting, brought up those shadows a ton. So I'm pretty happy with this result. And look at that white balance. Even coming into this warmer room right here, it did a great job on evening out that and getting that right color match for that room. So I am pleasantly surprised with this. Yeah, and honestly, these photos look pretty comparable, if not slightly better than the photos I was getting from editors. I get it under an hour as opposed to over 12 hours, 12 to 24 hours. So I am seeing that this wall maybe is slightly warmer than this. That's an easy fix with this nice repaint tool, which I'll be going in doing. The client also didn't order any virtual staging or twilight photos, but I think I'm going to throw it in there for free. This is pretty cool. It can remove existing furniture and then add back in furniture. Obviously, we don't have any existing furniture, so we're just going to make this a living room here. And there's a couple different categories to jump from. I think modern is going to be the best here. I think Scandinavian would work, but I want to do modern here. Quickly jumping back to the garage photo, take a look at what it did here, guys. So, I mean, clearly, you can see the difference. It's not perfect, you know, the quality isn't going to be as if you shot it with nothing there, But I mean, take a look. This is incredible that it completely removes that in what, a minute it took. So I'm really happy with that. Let's take a look at the exterior. So these look pretty good. The one thing, the shadows maybe are a little dark in the windows, but it's not too bad. And take a look at that sky replacement. We could even come here and check. Take a look. That's just a completely washed out sky because of those clouds. I mean, we had a little bit of blue skies breaking through, but so much better with the sky replacement. And yeah, makes it look so much cleaner, so much better, MLS ready, and the agents love it. Okay, so we got back our virtually staged photo, and wow, is that just incredible. This has blown my mind, these virtual staged photos, because not only is it just staging the room, but it's also, I'm not sure if this is actually how the AI is working, but it's reading the room, right? So what we have here is we have this open doorway in that back left. So, you know, I'm not sure if it would have covered that or if it read that as a doorway, so it didn't cover that, but this is pretty realistic, you know, perspective-wise and just flow-wise, looking at the room. So this I am just really impressed with. Clients love this. And lastly, we're gonna do a twilight photo here. So let's go ahead and click on twilight. Let's go to twilight. And these are my two favorite. I really like purple and natural. Natural's a little nicer. It gives that more even sky and a little bit brighter of lights, and it darkens the exterior a little bit more. Let's do purple for the sake of this video. I think purple really makes it pop, which obviously when you're scrolling through that MLS or really any directory like Zillow or Realtor.com, you want to be using something like this purple. It's just gonna immediately catch the eye to, you know, potential buyers. So now let's just wait for it to generate. While that's generating, just another quick tip, take a look. Built into the platform is this blur effect. And I have this car on the left. It was a neighbor's car, so we couldn't have it moved. But I want to get that license plate blurred out. They have that built-in blur tool that makes it just so easy to blur that out really quick for, you know, just privacy. Okay, and the final reveal for this virtual twilight, I'm not even joking, it was like 1 minute and 30 seconds. Here we go, this is the before, and this is the after. I mean, come on, this is insane. This is insane. A couple things to note. First off, the sky replacement, absolutely beautiful, nearly perfect. I mean, even down to these minute details in the trees, it gets that fully, which is just awesome. Taking a look at the windows, we have that perfect illumination in the windows, nice and bright, nice and poppy. A couple of the problems with the virtual twilights and other models, you get these weird light generations that start to happen, and also a big thing is the numbers, the house numbers, start to get weird. Take a look. Nothing, no added light fixtures. We just get this nice lit up lamp on the outside of the door, and our house numbers are just about perfect, and it warmed up the photo as it would on a real twilight. So I think this is a huge success, and because it's free, the client is going to love it. And that's my full demo of using AutoHDR as an editing program, going from shoot to uploading to culling through the final edits. And my final take, I don't think AutoHDR or really any AI editing software is this magical replacement for being a good photographer. But that being said, as a workflow tool, it is so incredibly helpful and solid. If you're consistently shooting listings or just trying to scale your business or deliver quicker, I do think it makes sense. For me personally, the biggest difference has been speed, consistency, and the time I'm getting back. For me, this means I get back more time so I can put more effort into the other sides of my business. I'm not staying up late or waking up early to edit these photos. I'll leave a link below if you guys want to try it out for yourself. Full transparency, it is an affiliate link. It's just because I fully stand behind this product. I really believe in the direction of AutoHDR, and I think it's gonna get so much better. And already it's increased my workflow a ton, so I really believe in it. And that's it. Thank you for watching.